Hey, what's up, everybody? My favorite place right here. I like filming right here, man. I don't know, just something about it just looking so classy and nice. So I wanted to do a video now that my phone is working. Got to mess with it in order for it to charge, but it is what it is. I'm not trying to overflow everybody with all these videos I do. I like doing them because I explain myself much better. But this video is different. Like, well, every video you do say that. But this one, I want to talk about something that I'd lost my confidence back in the day. But before I do that, I want to. So, watching the video I talked about yesterday with Justin talking about making me irrelevant, sorry, and Bilo Sheen and stuff like that too. But I forgot to throw in some names out there that's also helped me get my name back out there and out of the rut. Suneye, See the Rapper, Mike D, just a couple people. Shouts out to my friends Jordan, Shonda, people that's non-family that's told me that everybody that's gave me shots out. A list full of people, so many people. Steve Manning that believed in me back in the day. Rick Hayes, rest in peace. Um, just a lot of people that Dan DeB Severn. Speaking of that, Dan DeB Severn gave me a chance when he didn't know who I was. So my big name celebrity show started out with our well, no, I take that back. It started back with Dan DeB Severn. Dan Severn didn't know me from Adam from nobody. He took a chance on me, and I got to interview him. He's been on the show for a long, long time, and that kind of got me confident to start interviewing the celebrities. And then also after that, RVD came to town, and RVD was the first ever guest on Dos Landis. But I started getting confident. I was like, all right, man, we got this. Started interviewing celebrities, and everybody's like, well, Aaron Carter's coming here. I got to interview Aaron Carter, Jack Russell, man, and stuff like that too. Jack Russell's Great White, Lita Ford, Danny Trejo, Noah Cap from Carnival Eats. I know I talked about this video last week, but Road Warrior Animal of Legion of Doom, um, Tracy Smothers, Glacier, WCW, Eric Bischoff. One of my dream interviews was Eric Bischoff. And then there's some people that I've reached out to, like Brian McKnight's agent. Brian McKnight turned me down. Tried to get all new kids on the block, and their agents couldn't find them. I got to interview Wheatus. Just a teenager. Yeah. But the reason why I'm going to go about this, doing this video right now, is because I lost confidence in myself. Because years ago, man, I thought I was untouchable, my young age, and you know how that stuff goes. But I've gotten older, and man, I don't know, I've gotten soft, and then I just let people walk all over me. And back when I was younger, I was teased and called names and bullied. I got a guy on my Facebook. I don't blame that stuff, whatever. But anyways, you know I was started doing TV when I came into Fort Wayne because I got in trouble for arson, caught a bathroom on fire in Woodburn, and I got in trouble when my grandma sent me to Woodburn or sent me back to here to Fort Wayne to live with my mom. A special shout out to my mom for getting me signed to do television shows because if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. But anyways, doing TV shows, I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think it would blow up, and it blew up. And I'd go to places, people would stop me everywhere I went. Remember the Theaters Festival years ago. Um, yeah, it's like 1994, 95. So I see the news channels covering the Theaters Festival. I was like, oh, I gotta do it. Man, one year I had a whole bunch of people swarm me. I mean, legit people swarm me like crazy with cameras. Thank God for my mom and her ex-boyfriend at the time, James. They came and got me, man. But I was like legit swarmed by a lot of people. Some crazy stuff, but I don't regret it. But fast forwarding back to that, I was doing reality shows, and I was like, all right, man, let's do something new. And I was going to run against Night Shift with Kevin Ferguson because they turned me down. Oh, we just, because I wasn't wanted to be a guest on it. Me, I make appearances and stuff like that. And they turned me down, et cetera, et cetera. But um, on that note, like, all right, I'll do this. And next thing you know, I started interviewing celebrities. And like I said, the list is crazy. Everybody from, like I said, Jack Russell's Great White, Lita Ford, Danny Trejo, Aaron Carter, Nappy Roots. Some of these people with great Grammys, UFC fighter Dan DeB Severn again. There's so many people that we've had on. Like the list can go on. I could go on. Stephen Bonner, Glacier from WCW, Eric Bischoff, Bob Bat. The list can go on. and they treated us like family, not like a fan. But going on to what's going on now. Now, talking back to certain people I talk to in my circle and just people in general, like, man, you've lost your confidence. And I was like, yeah, I have. But I tell you what, there are some people out here around Indiana that likes to network with big names. There's people that like to talk about it. Now, going on this thing about, I'll always support Boys to Men, no matter what. I'll support their music. I like the music no matter what. At least I got cameo videos of them saying my name and doing the show. Yeah, it costs money, but hey, the videos I own is copyrighted and is under myself. So I own a TV show, so I put them on there. So that's the best I can get and do. But I try to get them on my show. I've tried for a long time. I was talking to a local DJ around here. You guys know him, um, Zach Schuyler. And we were talking about, man, if I would have known back in the day, about when Boys to Men were here in Fort Wayne when they were in Motown, when B106 was around and all WME was there doing videos and interviews with them. If I wasn't 14 years old, man, I would have took advantage of that and got a hold of them, tried to do an interview. But again, I didn't have these connections or try how to do it because I like to do things the right way. I like to go to agents because you got to go the proper way. So when I was younger, here's a story that people don't know. Some people that was there knows. So I'm at school. I'm like, all right, WWE Monday Night Raw is coming to Fort Wayne. I'll just get a camera and try to get an interview. Can I get an interview with Vince McMahon? Well, no, you got to go to the office. That's what the security guards were telling me. I'm like, oh, okay. Then after a while, I got to WCW. I got to know Mike Lyman, rest in peace, and Marine. They were PR for WCW. Of course, I was 19. I didn't think. So I was like, all right, I'll just give Wayne TV because Karen Hensel was doing a story on Backyard Wrestling back in the day. And I was like, all right, I'll give them the info to Karen Hensel. That's when I should have realized, oh, Jeff, I could have got an interview with these WCW guys. But I was there helping Wayne TV. Legit hold a microphone right there. That's how I met Hugh Morris and and stuff like that. I wish I would have known back then how to do that shit. But again, I was 19. I didn't think about that. So fast forwarding to that, coming to when I started interviewing these celebrities, I'm like, man, I could have done that. So some of these celebrities I have was off the cuff and got to interview them like at like wrestling events and comic and cons and stuff like that. Just went up to them, talked to them. But it's always best to go through agents. But anyways, been trying to get through Boys to Men for a long time, long time. And I found a proper way of doing it. And then their agent at the time was like, "Oh yeah, we could possibly work something out." And then after a while, they got a brand new agent. They kept turning me down. I don't know why, but it is what it is. And I gave up a couple of years ago. I was like, "All right, they're coming to town with New Edition." Tony Braxton's like, "Oh, I'm getting jacked." And I was like, "Okay, I gotta take advantage of this. I gotta see what I can do." And I was talking to my boys about, like, "Let me get your blessing, put it on the show." And they said they get back to me after I did that. The agent. So I'm not gonna show you the names because that's not me. Just so last week I was at work doing. Sometimes I do business at work. They know that. I was like, I hit up Joe. Hey, I'm just checking on the interview with Boyz II Men in February when they come here with New Edition. Hi, Jeff. Teresa handles PR for the New Edition tour, and which is also New Edition's agent. So I'm like, holy shit. Yeah, yeah. That's the big step because New Edition is huge. I mean, so is Boyz II Men, so is Tony Braxton. But it's like, oh, maybe they all want to do an interview together. So, being that said, you know me, I'm down to business. Okay, I understand. Let me know what's feasible for you guys and work something out. And of course, that same day at 2 o'clock, about an hour later, Teresa got hold of me. Hi, Jeff. Thank you for your interest in Boyz II Men. We appreciate it. Unfortunately, they do not do any interviews in that market, meaning Indianapolis, Fort Wayne, and again, Indiana is just a small place for people nowadays. Like, if there's Zoom opportunities, we will keep in touch. That's very doubtful because I don't have stuff we're doing, but we talked about that last week. I appreciate your consideration, Teresa. I'm gonna not show the names, but this is the email, legit email. I can't really see that close anyway. But this is legit email. I print all my stuff off. But the reason why I want to do the video is to let everybody know that I have the confidence to do this. Not many people would be willing to try to risk their yes and no's on this. So in reality, I took the chance, and not many people would do that. I need to bring back the old me. I need to have my old confidence back. I need to not let people hold me back. I need to bring the old me back to where I didn't let nothing take advantage of me. I didn't let nothing hold me back. But I need to bring my confidence back. So that's why I want to do this video. Talk about I've done a lot of stuff that most people can never ever not think of and try to possibly do it because why? They don't have the balls to do it and they don't have the resources, not only that, but they just don't have, I'm not trying to sound like arrogant or nothing, but they just don't have the gall to do what I've done. So I'm happy what I've done. I've tried what I've did to try to get these guys on. I've tried my best. But you know what? So I can say is at least I tried. How many people want to make the dreams come true? I try to go for them. So again, if you're out there, you're watching, I've been rejected plenty of times by people, the entertainment, TV, professional, real life, and stuff like that. But I kept going. So don't give up on your dream. Yes, I'm giving up on trying to interview them. But again, like I said, at least I tried and tried to make it happen. There's your dreamers out there that dream about this and try to make it happen. And there's your go doers like myself. I've always been a go getter. And trust me, when I do my match with my boys, that's gonna be off the hook. I gotta get ready, get my mindset for work. So I'll see you guys later. I'm out like a knockout, and I thank you very much.